That's correct. Yeah. No, you're right. You can do a quick trademark number, you know, and see, and then you can come up with a score for the name. Okay, so let me, all right. Okay, let's, in interest of time, right, since we do have to leave sometime. So, in interest of time, you could finish this on your own, but after you, just to be clear, so after you do the name categories, you know, the different categories, then you evaluate them. So if you take a look at your sheet, you put the top 5 names you came up with across the top, and on the left-hand side, there's a bunch of questions that you either answer yes or no to, 1 or 0, right? And then add them up on the bottom, and it'll give you a good indication of what the best name is. All right. So that's basically the Fuse Branding Workshop book. You can take this with you. You can look up Fuse Branding on the internet. They're in California. Okay, so let's finish up so that we can eat.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay.
Thank you for hosting. Nice to see you.
You go to our website, you should have.
No, I just wanted to say thank you.
Okay, so take the workbook with you, have fun with it, make copies, I guess. So just to kind of recap a little bit about positioning and branding, let's just recap a little bit. So positioning is really about your value proposition, right? What is the value you bring to your target customer? That's what positioning is all about. And also, what is the differentiation factor, right? How are you different than the competition? And positioning is also about tangibles, right? Women who care about their kids' health, so it's about tangibles. And honestly, a positioning lifespan is anywhere between a year and a year and a half, because the market is just very fluid. There's competitors that come in. There's people that change their minds. There's people that come in and out of the market. So positioning is not very long term. It's very short. A lot of times you may have to reposition a product or change the positioning state. Branding, on the other hand, is more about personality and emotional connection, right? Experience with the brand. It's more about style and attitude, and more about intangibles, right? Brand is really, it's hard to, Apple computer, for example, there's a lot of intangibles there that you can't really, put into a name or into what to think about it. So, and the lifespan for that could be anywhere from 5 years. Brands usually last at least several years, right, unless they go bust right away. But 5 years to sometimes a lifetime, right? GE, how long has that been around? Over 100 years, right? General Electric. Northwestern Mutual, 125 or so years, 130 years. So it does stand the test of a lifetime. So those are the two differences. So today, if you think about today, I think challenges for brands are certainly trying to maintain the brand loyalty that we talked about. In order for brands to do that, they really need to hit on the emotional aspects of what the customer wants to get, what experience they want to get, what emotional feelings do they want to get from that. And the challenge is to continue to command premium pricing. Now, Apple can still do that. There's a few other companies that can certainly command premium pricing, right? The challenge is private label brands today, too. It's another challenge. Think about private label brands today, where they were a decade ago compared to where they are now. Some customers think that the private brand label or the store brand is just as good as the national brand, right? Now look at Wegmans. If you go to Wegmans stores now, you're going to see a lot more Wegmans brands pushing out the national brands. Okay? So these are the challenges for brands today. That's what brands have to think about and work towards. So this is from, I'll go through this real quick. This is from Saatchi & Saatchi's red paper on brand loyalty from 2015. Saatchi & Saatchi is an advertising agency, and they mentioned there's 5 ways to win this brand battle, right? And one is certainly to be inspirational. What does he mean by inspirational? He's talking about winning that's based brand's climate, for example, in the business itself, right? It demands a climate of creativity. It demands a climate of diversity. And what else does he say here? Let me read it. Diversity and where ideas fly in all directions all the time, right? So ideas are coming from all over the place. That's being inspirational, as compared to companies that don't have that kind of culture, right? This means that building environments that physically and emotionally inspire everyone in the brand's orbit. So what you're doing is you're inspiring everybody in the brand's orbit, even customers, right? Customers are in the orbit, in the brand's orbit. Right? So that's one thing. He also talks about being participatory. So in other words, companies like Uber, for example, it's at the core of many different brands, being participatory with the customer. Visual. What do you mean by visual? You know, if you think about it, 80% of the information we get to our brain is through our eyes, not our ears, right? It's visual. So it's talking about people today are aesthetically adept, like in your business, right? People today are much more aesthetically, visual things like that are getting more common. Yes, think about it. People are getting more used to being aesthetically pleasing. So the brand should be visual. He also talks about being fast. I don't think you have to mention that. In today's world, everything is fast, right? If we don't have it, now. I never used to buy from Amazon, by the way. I never used to buy. When they did the one-click thing, I started buying. Right? Because I didn't want to fill out a form every time I had to buy something. So be fast, right? What else does it say here? I just want to take a couple things. So be fast across production, across distribution, across communication channels, right? That's why we have social media things. We can tweet something very quickly or do something on Facebook very quickly, so fast. And then, of course, the last one I talk about is being intimate, and that means, I'll just read from here, brands are becoming human relationships, and the strongest relationships are intimate. So he talks about the brand being more social, brands that act, brands that do things. The more friends they make, the better they do. The more they cultivate their friendships, the better they do. The more empathy, trust, and love that the brands stream out, the more that comes back to them in the multiplier effect. So those are the 5 things that Saatchi & Saatchi looked up the red paper. It's actually a pretty interesting paper to read from 2015. So that's the 5 ways that they believe the brand battle should be won today. Okay, do we have time to do this one?
Go for it.
45, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it. I like this one because this, hopefully the internet's connected. I should have connected on that. I didn't. I like this because it's kind of a wrap up for branding and positioning. Simon Sinek is another marketer who, another marketer who, can I locate the server? Okay, so let me see if I can connect the internet real quick. What's the
Password. Ask Dan. I really honestly don't know.
Oh, wait. I think I should have it from last time. Okay, it's connected. It's
It's
connected.
connected. We're good. If you go to the guest account.
Yeah, I got it.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I was located here. I was here before. So.
Yeah, there's nothing on back there.
Is this the people don't buy what you do, they buy how you do it speech?
Oh yeah, did you see that one?
I didn't know if that was the video you were.
Oh, you've seen that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I won't play the whole thing.
It's excellent.
I'm just gonna play the first few minutes.
Good job.
They just play. You can see how fast the internet is. Okay, wait, hold on. How do I turn up the volume on this thing?
So we're going to start when you have a program that's about integrating.
Do you guys hear that?
Not really.
Not really?
Start why?
Hold on.
Why?
Where's the volume on this thing? You know?
It's gonna come out of your laptop, not the projector.
Oh, it's plugged into the projector, because I'm on HDMI. So it's coming out of the projector, but I don't know how to change the volume.
Maybe we just have to huddle it. Oh, right.
Well, it's all the way up to 10, so.
Turn up to 11, as they say.
Yeah, right. All right, we'll just do it this way. We'll see if we can be, we can listen to it.
And that kicks us off for the first speaker tonight, Simon Sinek, and his talk, Start with Why.
If I do this, it's gonna be hard to hear. Can't hear it. All right, sorry about that.
Is that a book, right? Start with why?
Probably, yeah.
As Apple so innovates year after year after year after year, it's all their and yet they're just a computer company. They're just like everyone else.
Well,
They have the same access.
So we should write down.
yeah, write down the link.
Just ask him to hold the mic closer to his mouth.
Hey, you should, right? Okay, I'll tell you what. Look up Simon Sinek on YouTube,
He wasn't the only man.
and
He suffered in a
Start with Why is the name of his talk.
He wasn't the only great orator.
All right.
Why him? And why is it that the Wright brothers were able to figure out solar-powered man's life?
Okay, but essentially what he's saying is that why people buy from you is not what you do or how you do it, it's why you do it. But he's much more eloquent at talking about it. So listen to him when you get a chance, the first few minutes of his talk. It's pretty good. So, and the reason I end with that is because it kind of brings together what branding is all about and why people buy your brand, right? It's the why. It's not what or how, because as Mark said earlier, everybody can do what and how pretty easily today. Manufacturing processes and distribution channels and so on and so forth. It's the why, and that's what people connect with. So when you get a chance, look at that, and I think that's it. So, all right. If you have any questions or any comments, you know, we kind of went through it pretty fast, but you know. All right. Take the workbook with you, and you know.
We have two more things we do.
Oh yes, that's right. The open mic.
We do open mic,
Yep.
which Lee is going to lead us through, and then we have to talk about what we're going to do
What do you do next month? That's
Let's
right.
do that first.
Okay.
Must because people are going to be antsy and your husband's too loud. Hi, my name is Lee. I wasn't here last time, so I'm sorry I didn't get to meet you or hear the whole talk, but I'm
Okay.
really glad to hear the tidbits tonight.
Okay, good.
I've been coming to this since September. Last month was the only time I've missed it, and I'm so happy to see all the new faces. So, and also a lot of women tonight, so girl power. Rock on.
It's great to see.
I wanted to kick off the open mic after I asked you guys what you wanted to talk about. Because there's so many new faces, you may not know what are some of the things that we've covered. And at this point, we've done enough topics that we can certainly circle back to things that are relevant because everybody's sort of at different points in their own entrepreneurial journey. Some of the things we talked about with Brad were, oh God, help from the
How to
crowd.
fund your business.
How to fund your business. What was it? 11 ways to figure it out without going to the bank.
Right.
And that was pretty interesting.
Idea generation.
Idea generation. What are some conversations you should have with your co-founder before you start the business? We talked about what are some. We had a couple of different speakers come in, sort of talking about what is the thing that drives you, being able to know what that is so that shows up for you every day. Sarah, help me out.
Well, we did a couple of interviews.
Yeah, we
About like,
interviewed-
do you really want to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, do you know what you're getting
We
into?
did two of those, right? Seems glamorous, and when you get a behind the scenes look, maybe a little different.
What else tactically did we cover? There were some actual tactics to starting a business, and that was helpful.
Yeah.
Here's,
We
some
covered
things
like
you should
accounting
think.
and things like that in that one,
Yeah.
different things like that.
So, we've covered enough things that we can certainly circle back. Are there some things that you guys want to talk about? Because this is sort of idea generation from us, the people who show up, this is, I mean, we want to talk about what's relevant. And Brad or anybody from Startup Alliance is happy to either pull up slides from lectures they've done or classes. You know, we can cover anything you want. Things that you guys want to hear.
Social media.
Social media, we haven't hit that.
You haven't done that with that?
Nope. Judy, do you mind describing?
Not at all.
Thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
right now, yeah.
This whole crowd in the front, what are some things that you need to help your business grow and thrive?
He took mine.
What?
He took my social media strategy.
Social
Okay,
media.
that's
Social
excellent.
media
It's okay to
marketing.
vote up things. That's okay too.
Partnering with other businesses who have similar clientele and how to, you know, give and take the right.
You and I need to talk later?
Okay.
Sounds good? Okay.
And there's so much I need, anything will be relevant.
Okay, what is something that has stopped you in the last week from being productive or feeling like you could do something?
Regulations,
About what industry?
cheesemaking.
Okay.
I'll
so-
say something, don't worry, before I leave.
Okay, cool. There, I will tell you that Judy and I are happy to connect you to a bunch of foodie folks who are starting businesses and can actually help walk you through some of that stuff.
Maybe specifics with running a business in New York State predominantly. I'm the ops manager of one of the incubators, and so that's one of our main focuses is
Okay.
running businesses in New York. So that might be helpful.
That's a good chat with Judy question. I can help you right now without a class.
Another one, CPA and getting help with before tax season, like how to set up your business so that you're prepared for the tax season.
Yeah.
Awesome. Judy, I may have an idea for someone who could come speak to that if you want.
My boss used to be CPA in New York, so she might be great for that.
Okay, awesome. What are some things that you
I
use
would,
for you?
for us, it'd be a little bit of social media with, I mean, it's hard for us, we already have in the stat, we're just, yeah, we're in a little
Okay.
different, but yeah, definitely social media.
Okay. Other thoughts?
I was-
Oh, yeah, we stole his idea. Okay.
Websites too.
Websites?
Yeah, and
Okay.
web marketing.
So maybe how to use some technology? We can broaden that up.
Just to add to the CPA too, how long you have to keep documents and which documents
Some
do you need? to
legal
keep?
stuff around accounting that
Yeah.
would be,
And where, like, what does it look like when you keep them?
Uh-oh.
Do they show up in
And
the
what
bag or
happens when you
something?
get audited? Someone who got who's done for that.
Yeah, so that it doesn't, you know, if you've never experienced something as part of your business, auditing totally scares the crap out of everybody. Folks in the back, what are some things that would be helpful to you to help you run your business better?
Pricing, like with large franchise companies.
Okay, so maybe how to come up with pricing, and that would be a piece of that.
Yeah, like, they're a third of what we are charging to.
That's an interesting conversation.
A Walmart franchise can charge like $20 for a color, because we own a salon, but we can't because we're not a franchise. The color alone costs us $20.
Yeah.
It's all on the perceived value, which you guys.
Yeah, so you gotta figure out a way to get
We're
3
talking
times
about
the
that.
value for what
Talking
you're
about
getting.
that value of pricing.
Yeah.
You're not, you don't even compare to
Okay,
Walmart, we shouldn't even.
so
Yeah,
value
exactly.
pricing might be an interesting topic in itself.
We should connect because I'm a luxury photographer studio and other photographers charge like
You look like the people of Walmart.
very basic prices.
Yeah.
I've gone through that to jump over and become like a luxury professional service.
trying to do too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I have a lot of ideas about that.
Cool. Other folks in the back, I saw new faces. Okay? Anybody here? Just like pulling stuff out of your brains. Okay, so there's probably some social media stuff. Yep.
What about, this might go with what Tony talked about tonight, but customer acquisition and retention.
Yeah.
I think Brad does one on that.
He does one on that. I don't know
Maybe
if we've
that's
done it here
what's
though.
hiding in my brain,
Yeah.
is reading his money.
Because we actually haven't gone through what Tony alluded to, which was the business model canvas.
Yes.
We haven't hit that. I think we've done pieces of it that have shown up, but we haven't
Yeah.
done the whole, here's the structure, here's how it can be used to help
Yeah,
you,
we haven't.
use it or not.
Yeah, we
you
haven't
know.
done that yet.
We could
That
do a
might be-
section, you could do one section of that,
Mhm.
like for example, the
Yeah.
customer discovery part.
Yeah, customer discovery
Yeah.
and then how to, you know, aim at that thing, which could tie in a bunch of other pieces, so. Okay, so it sounds like we've got some good ideas for next month.
That's a whole year's worth.
Actually, that was actually really good.
Almost.
Yeah.
Now, am I the only one that's figured out who this guy really is?
I'm afraid to know what the answer to
I am.